Okay.
It could possibly get some asphalt next week.
Great.
End of next week.
Great. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, this lists all of my tours and races.
You could ask her.
Make sure you have our calendar.
Oh, I got it.
You got it.
My
Okay.
office. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, I was hoping to get the bikeability. And there's something I suppose. I think that's a good place to start. And there are people who do that actually, yes, it's a bikeability audience. I know one. Yep, they actually, NVRPC brought the guy in for an audit of the.
I know what it was.
But that's a good place to start.
Okay.
I was just playing John.
I have like something.
That's get the confidence.
I wanted to talk to you
And that was when we were talking about your challenge.
The City of Vandalia Council meeting for May the 20th, 2019 will now come to order. We will have a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you've had an opportunity to review the previous minutes, including our special council, that was our joint meeting minutes of April the 29th, our council study session minutes of May the 6th, and our council meeting minutes of May the 6th. Are there any comments or revisions to be made? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. We have no yes, we do. We have a proclamation for Bicycle Month this evening, and Chuck Smith, would you come forward? This has become a yearly event, hasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's great. I just found out a couple of things I'd like to sort of tell us all. You know the Bicycle Month? Well, I know you do, but it was established in 1956.
It's been a while, yeah. And by
Long
the, right, by the League of American Bicyclists. Yeah.
Okay, I knew you'd be able to finish that. And that Ohio is ranked the 18th for bicycle-friendly communities.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I know that we are one of those bicycle-friendly communities.
Mm-hmm.
You have worked so hard, and you are the chair of the Ohio Bicycle Federation.
Mm-hmm.
You also, and this is really something special for our young citizens here in Vandalia, you always have, and you can explain it just a little bit later, but National Night Out,
Mm-hmm.
you take such care in helping the young children with their bicycles, their helmets, giving them hints. You are also very, very active in legislation, both at the federal and the state and local communities. So, this proclamation, of course, it's one that we hear about every single year, but I would like to highlight that in 1995, the City of Vandalia adopted a resolution establishing policy on designing, modifying, and maintaining public streets to facilitate bicycle usage. And the city of Vandalia, as I said before, is bicycle friendly. And I know that you are more than just a bicyclist yourself, but that you are continually assisting people, encouraging people to take advantage of what bicycling actually has to offer for us as individuals and as a community. So, I would like to proclaim that May 2019 here in the city of Vandalia is Bicycling Month. So, with that, I would encourage all citizens to take advantage of bicycling, enjoy, and I'm sure that you have some words to say.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Mayor, and I want to thank our entire council for the support of the city bicycling over the years, which, as you mentioned, brought us the bicycle-friendly designation by the League of American Bicyclists, and also by the Ohio Bicycle Federation. And we really appreciate all the good work. As you mentioned, May is Bike Month, and I did want to mention the other members of our Bicycle Advisory Committee. The other citizen members are Hal Hunter and Deb Berry, and we have a leading staff member right here, Amber, who's done great work for cycling in our city, as well as Dave Marlowe and also Rob Crone right over here.
Great.
So, and Officer Holly is worked with us, and Rich Hopkins. Actually, we did a bicycling safety spot with Rich Hopkins just last week, and so we're going to get that out on the YouTube channel for the city, and that'll be good to get it out, particularly this time of year when folks start riding. A great day for cycling today.
It was.
Yeah.
Not too hot.
Right.
Not yet.
Right. And there are lots of things that can be done. We've done a lot already. We'd like, actually, to have a bikeability audit of the city as a part of the Vandalia Comprehensive Plan. I've suggested an audit, and I think this would be a great thing. Dayton has had a bikeability audit, and we can see ways where we can improve things for cyclists in the city, and we certainly would appreciate that. We have actually Amber mentioned some possible good news regarding the trail, which will really provide better cycling access to Taylorsville Metro Park over there near Castle Hills Golf Club, and we're really excited about that.
Great.
So lots of exciting things happening, and again, thank all of you for the City of Vandalia's support of cycling over the years, and your continued support.
Great.
It's very important.
Well, thank you very
Well,
much.
my pleasure.
And here is your proclamation, and we'll see you next year.
Yes, right.
Okay.
And I did want to mention, I gave each of you our Ohio Bicycle Events Calendar. We print 17,000 of these every year. They go out to all the bike shops and clubs in the state, and they list all the bike tours and races. So you guys can get out and ride on a day like this. It's a pleasure to ride a bicycle.
Thank you
Again.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, continuing on, we have no public hearings this evening, and that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if there's anybody in our audience who would like to make a comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment. Seeing none, we'll continue on with information items within the city manager's report. City office is closed. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, so I have two items this evening. First one is to remind everybody that city offices are going to be closed on Monday, May 27th for Memorial Day. However, the rec center will be open from 7 a.m. to noon that day. The only areas that will be available will be the fitness area, the track, and the gym. Again, so Monday, May 27th for Memorial Day, we will be closed. And also to remind everybody about City Council's summer schedule. So during the months of June, July, and August, Council meets on the third Monday of each month. So our next meeting will be on Monday, June 17th. That city council meeting will take place at 7 o'clock. However, they will have a workshop beginning at 6 p.m. that evening in the conference room.
Thank you very much. We have an action item this evening, and that is the extension of time for Foxfire Sections 6 and 7. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, yeah, the developer of Foxfire subdivision is requesting a one-year extension of time until June 16th of 2020 for the construction of sidewalks on 5 undeveloped lots in the subdivision.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move that we grant the extension of time at Foxfire Section 6 and 7.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve the extension of time for Foxfire Sections 6 and 7. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have no old business this evening, and that brings us to our first resolution of this evening, and that's Resolution 19-R-30. Mr. McDonald.
A resolution approving and authorizing the planning and resurfacing National Road, Brown School Road, National Road US 40 between Dayton International Airport Access Road and the Great Miami River, excluding bridges and some approach slabs, including pavement markings lying within the city of Vandalia.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. So this resolution does authorize an agreement with ODOT for the resurfacing of US 40 between Airport Access Road and Taylorsville Dam. Vandalia's 20% local share of the cost of this project is estimated at $448,874, and those funds are appropriated in the police, fire, and street CIP fund.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move that we approve Resolution 19R-30.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Vice Mayor Herbst, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-30 as presented. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Resolution 19-R-31. Mr. McDonald?
A resolution approving the Montgomery County Intermunicipal Waste Service Agreement.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the Montgomery County Solid Waste District has developed an updated intermunicipal waste services agreement for the members of the district. The agreement was developed with the assistance of several municipal attorneys from the participating members. It sets forth the obligations of the county or the solid waste district and each district member relative to the operation of the district. The updated agreement will not result in any substantive changes to how the solid waste district is currently being operated.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 19-R-31 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Farr, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we approve Resolution 19-R-31 as presented. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading this evening, nor do we have any ordinances in their second reading. We do have an ordinance in the emergency, and that is Ordinance 19-07. Mr. McDonald?
An ordinance approving individual assessment amounts and directing the finance director or her designee to certify the amounts to the county auditor for collection and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. As we previously discussed with council, the Montgomery County Auditor is now requiring an ordinance to be adopted by council in order to assess properties for delinquent accounts. So because of the need to assess these properties in a timely manner, mainly for delinquent water and sewer accounts, stormwater accounts, grass and weed mowing, property cleanups, and it's now necessary to present assessment legislation to council each month.
Thank you. Since this is an emergency ordinance, I will open up a public hearing. So if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and your comment. Seeing no one coming forward, I will ask for a motion.
Make a motion that we approve Ordinance 1907 in emergency.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilwoman Farce, that we approve the emergency ordinance 1907. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ayers,
Yeah.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have emergency ordinance 19-08. Mr. McDonald?
An ordinance authorizing a temporary advance in reimbursement between various funds of the city for expenses relating to the ODOT US 40 resurfacing project, together with all related appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this ordinance authorizes a temporary advance of $448,874 from the general fund to the Police Fire Street CIP fund for the US 40 resurfacing project. As part of our agreement with ODOT, the city will place its local share in an escrow account. However, because it's early in the year, there are not sufficient funds in the Police Fire Street CIP fund to cover that cost. The general fund will be reimbursed later this year once there are adequate funds in the capital fund.
Thank you. Once again, since this is an emergency ordinance, I will open a public hearing. So if there's anyone in the audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and your comment. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I move that we approve ordinance 19-08 as an emergency.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Vice Mayor Herbst, that we do approve the emergency ordinance 19-08.
Thank you.
Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. Council, you have reports from boards and commissions, including the Board of Zoning Appeals minutes of December the 12th, 2018, Planning Commission minutes of April the 9th, 2019. Are there any questions about those? Seeing none, I'll go on to the bill listing for April 2019 is in the amount of $2,513,857.75. And that brings us to council comments. Mr. McDonald? Mr. Cruzy?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilman Blakesley?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Councilwoman Farce?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Councilman Lewis?
Nothing pressing, Your Honor.
Okay. Councilman Ayers?
Nothing here, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Herbst?
I'd just like to make a motion that we excuse Councilman Gerhart from all of tonight's meetings.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Herbst, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we excuse Councilman Gerhart from all meetings this evening. Would you please call the roll?
Sorry about that. Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. There is no executive session scheduled this evening, and so that brings us to adjournment. Thank you all for coming.